It's finally kitchen countertop day at a client's house. We are going to be taking these old white laminate countertops and giving them a fresh new look for half the cost. Follow along and I'll show you how to do it.
Start with TSP to remove any grease buildup. Next, lightly sand. I used a 120 sanding block. After cleaning up from sanding, I went over again with alcohol.
The kitchen is all prepped and ready to paint. There's 2 steps. We're going to be painting it first, and then we're going to be doing an epoxy pour. There are 2 different companies that I do like working with. One is Giani and the other one is Stonecoat. So the Giani, these kits come with an epoxy, but I choose to use the Stonecoat epoxy over the Giani. Just preference. I'm not saying either one is better than the other, but so the Giani kit is going to be our paint kit. And then once that is all done and dry, we're going to be using the Stonecoat epoxy pour.
Using the Giani kit's primer that the kit comes with, I applied 2 coats.
So our base coat is done, 2 coats of the primer. Now we're going to be starting with the sponging effect. We're going to be using 3 different colors.
Start with lightly sponging on your first color. Move on to your second and third color and keep overlapping until you reach the desired look that you want.
The countertop painting is done. We achieved that look that we wanted, so let's move on to the epoxy. Countertops are painted, they are dried. What I'm going to do now is just give a quick sweep over with my hand to feel for any rough edges or maybe anything that fell into the paint while it was drying, because you want to have a nice smooth surface for when you pour the epoxy.
After mixing the 2 parts epoxy, you're going to pour that over your countertop. Take your trowel tool and move that epoxy around. Although you don't need a trowel tool, I highly suggest getting one. Using a hard bristled paintbrush, I chop it one more time to mix it up good.
Next, take a propane torch or a heat gun and lightly go over your countertop to pop out any of those tiny bubbles you're going to see. 24 hours later, your epoxy will be dry. I do tell my clients to give it 3 days before placing anything back on your countertops.